Welcome to Community Updates. I'm Victoria Strait.
And I'm Emmanuel Ortiz.
On Wednesday, January 26th, Conant Public Library will be having Cookbook Club. The book this month is The Pepper Thai Cookbook by Pepper Teagan. Choose a recipe from the book, prepare it at home, and then bring it into the library to share with others. Register for this event on sterlinglibrary.org. And please let them know which recipe you've chosen, and if it's already been chosen by someone else, the staff will contact you. The Wachusett Area Rotary Club is sponsoring a senior grab-and-go dinner on Sunday, February 13th. The event is free of charge to seniors in the Wachusett area. Although the event is free, seniors will need to pre-register by calling the Holden Senior Center at 508-210-5570.
Join Dare Memorial Library and Mass Audubon Habitat on January 18th for Tracks and Bones and other surprising winter finds. This family-friendly Zoom event, which starts at 6:30, will talk about tracks and animal signs you can find during winter. Register for this event by visiting darememoriallibrary.org. Join Neshoba Valley Climate Coalition and Dare Memorial Library for the second part of the Human Element screening and discussion on Thursday, January 20th at 6:30 on Zoom. The discussion will be facilitated by Linda Lancaster of Citizens Climate Lobby. Reservations are required, and you can reserve your spot by visiting darememoriallibrary.org. Today, we're taking a break from On My Bookshelf to share a special interview we did with paleontologist Dr. Pat Druckenmiller. The special Nova episode he participated in about Alaskan dinosaurs is now on PBS.
This is Manny, and I'm here with
Dr. Pat Druckenmiller.
And today we're going to talk about Novas on PBS, Alaskan Dinosaurs. What a great topic. I saw this, I heard about this, and I really wanted to talk to someone in the team, and I think that's such a fascinating topic because I don't usually associate Alaska with dinosaurs, and I think most people don't. Do you find that to be the case as well?
Yeah, it wasn't really until very recently, relatively speaking, last 10, 15 years that dinosaurs have really been recognized as, that Alaska has been recognized as a great place for finding dinosaurs. It's pretty amazing thinking that not only are they in Alaska, but 70 million years ago that Alaska was even farther north than it is today. So these were truly polar dinosaurs. These are the northernmost dinosaurs in the world.
So you were part of this team that went to study about the journeys and finding the fossils of these dinosaurs. When you joined this team, what mysteries were you hoping to solve? Like what drew you to this project?
Yeah, so the big questions we really had were, first and foremost, I'll say that kind of where Alaskan dinosaur paleontology is kind of where dinosaur paleontology in, say, the lower 48 or Western Canada was 100 years ago. So we're at a very, very early stage in our understanding of who was up here. And so the first big question was, what species of dinosaurs actually existed up in these polar latitudes around 70 million years ago? And understanding those, the structure of that ancient ecosystem. So that was one of the first big questions. We also wanted to then know if, are these dinosaurs unique to Alaska? Are they the same species found at lower latitudes? And so we been doing detailed comparisons with Alaskan dinosaurs in places like Alberta and Montana, which have fantastic dinosaur collections. And then another big question was, were they actually overwintering here in the Arctic, or was your average dinosaur saying, let's get the heck out of here, this is a horrible place to spend the winter, and undertaking some long distance migrations to escape harsh winter conditions? And then finally, if they were overwintering, how did they do that? How does an animal survive 4 months of winter darkness, and how does an animal also how does a dinosaur survive 4 months of winter darkness, and what would it eat during the winter months? So we had a lot of questions that we were actually interested in investigating.
Well, one of the fascinating things about this episode, this documentary, was that it was the exploration aspect of it, where the team gets together and they formulate the things that they need for the journey. And now I'm from the city. I grew up in the city, so anything hiking related to me looks too dangerous. Was that a factor you considered? Like, all right, I'm going to be a part of this, and there's a danger factor involved in this.
Our work is inherently dangerous for a number of different reasons, and it makes the work, maybe it sounds adventurous, but we do take safety first and foremost as our biggest priority. And the various things that we cope with are, first and foremost, getting to the site involves almost always involves two things: an aircraft of some sort, usually a helicopter or a single engine aircraft. And also then once we get there, we use the rivers as our highways. So we use boats with small outboard motors. And so working near the water, working with small aircraft, inherently dangerous right there. Once you get to the site, of course, there are wildlife risks, primarily bears. Our study areas include places that have anything from black bears, brown bears, and even polar bears. And so we need to take precautions accordingly for those things. We deal with harsh weather. That's very easy to get very cold and hypothermic. Our winter dig this winter was literally at times in conditions of minus 50 Fahrenheit without a wind chill. And so being adequately prepared for the weather is, it's very important that we're not dying of exposure out there. So yes, there's a lot of risk. And then one of the biggest risks as well is sometimes working around rocky outcrops. These cliffs tend to just want to kind of collapse on your head. They're held together mostly by permafrost. The permafrost is melting, and so it's a very dangerous area to be working in if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. So we take a lot of precautions to avoid that.
So the purpose of this this documentary, what are you hoping that anyone watching this will learn from seeing this episode? What myths are you hoping to debunk?
Yeah, I think one of the big ones is that, first of all, Alaska is a very great place to find dinosaurs. So that right there is really a great message. Like, yes, there are dinosaurs in Alaska, and yes, these dinosaurs were living in some of the most extreme environments that we know of that existed on the Earth at that time, at least in terms of cold and dark. These dinosaurs were existing sort of at the limits, the extremes of what dinosaurs were probably capable of living in. So that's a really great realization right there. Given those considerations, another take-home message is that they weren't just living here, they were thriving here. They were doing an amazingly great job of they figured out in a variety of different ways. We're still trying to figure out how to survive here year-round. They were reproducing in the Arctic. They were nesting here, having their babies, and they were overwintering. How they did that is also a great mystery we're still working on. And so I think the best thing about science to often share with people and the science that we do is we've made some steps towards understanding something, but there's so much more to be understood yet about what these animals were doing throughout the year and how they managed to endure these kind of conditions.
For anyone for me personally, when I watched this, I wanted to learn more about it. What would you suggest people read or watch if they want to learn more about Alaskan dinosaurs?
Right now, the understanding Alaskan dinosaurs, there's not a lot written yet. I mean, as I mentioned, a lot of the work that's being done here is in its early stages. So we tend to report our results in scientific journals and things of this sort, which are fairly a little more technical and dry than perhaps the average person likes. But I would say that, videos like this NOVA documentary provide a pretty good overview of an understanding of the types of the dinosaurs that were here, some of the things they might have been doing and not doing while living in the Arctic around 70 million years ago. And we hope to be sharing more and more of these stories in a variety of different ways too, through museum exhibits and any other kind of documentaries that might come out of our research.
Oh, okay. All right. So this will be on January 19th, I believe premieres. And then, of course, check your local listings to see what time on PBS this will appear. Any last words? Anything you want to share before we wrap up?
Well, I just want to say that, the work we do up there is really, it's a product of a big team of people that this work in particular is led by myself and by my colleague Greg Erickson at Florida State University. But we have many collaborators from across the country and the world that we work with. We work on more than just the dinosaurs. We work on all aspects of the flora and fauna. And so we have collaborators who provide their expertise in all these different groups. And so it's nice not only to just be telling a science story, but to be sharing that science and working in collaboration with all these great people. So my thanks to all of them and all their efforts and all the field crews that make these efforts possible. It's a huge team effort.
Excellent. Well, our viewers, thank you for watching. Thank you, Doctor, for taking the time to share with us. Again, January 19th, Alaskan Dinosaurs. Be safe out there. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Take care.
There are so many testing and vaccine clinics around the area, and it's difficult to keep track of them all, where they are, and what dates they are. So far, these are the clinics we know of in the area. The Lancaster Board of Health is having a booster clinic on January 14th and February 4th in the Town Hall Auditorium. They will also be having clinics on January 25th and February 15th at College Church. You will need to register for these clinics, and you can do so by contacting Tracy Gagnon at 978-365-3362, extension 1078, or by visiting the Lancaster Board of Health page. UMass Memorial Health in the city of Worcester have been hosting free walk-up testing and vaccine clinics at 201 Commercial Street in Worcester. To find their current schedule, visit ummhealth.org. To find appointments for vaccines and also learn how to get the new Massachusetts digital vaccine card, visit mass.gov/COVID-19-vaccine.
And that's all we have time for.
We'll see you next time on Community Updates.